Well, hi to my YouTube subscribers. I'd like to share with you a comment that I got from MBK Landmark, who's a frequent contributor. He says, "Hey Bob, good to see you're doing well. You should consider doing a video discussing the latest Thai Revenue Department directive that goes into effect on January 1st. This potentially can have a big impact on a lot of expats that spend more than 180 days in the kingdom and bring in income and assets. There is much confusion out there because of a lack of clarity, as with most government policies here when first introduced. Some countries, like the US, have dual taxation treaties, but the directive doesn't seem to address to what degree that comes into play, if at all. The discussion will, at a minimum, alert folks to what's coming and how it could affect their stay in Thailand." So until MBK Landmark brought this to my attention, I knew nothing about it. So I did some research. I found several good videos, and one by Tim Newton was very helpful, and I'll put a link to that video in the description. Just a warning on Tim's very colorful shirt. The videos I watched are all very much in agreement in suggesting that people calm down because we don't know the details of this new guidance from the Revenue Department yet. The directive is aimed at closing a tax loophole that has allowed Thais earning money overseas to avoid paying taxes on these earnings. Previously, taxpayers could avoid taxes on overseas income by waiting a year before bringing that money to Thailand. Now, this income can be taxed without regard to when it was brought into Thailand. So it's quite likely that this change is aimed at Thai taxpayers and not tourists or expats. Now, according to the Prime Minister, the measure is aimed at reducing income inequality among Thais. That is, wealthy Thais who've been sheltering income will now need to be taxed on that income, and that money is likely to be spent on services for lower income Thais, or it may reduce the taxes of lower income Thais. So some expats might be affected, but it sounds like many will not. Now, Thailand has a double tax agreement with most countries, actually 61 countries. Now, often in such cases, you get credit for the tax you paid on income generated in another country, and you will not be taxed a second time by Thailand. Now I'll take a minute to put in a plug for my novel, Slaughtering Girl. This book tells the story of an extraordinary girl born in China before the 1911 revolution that ended the Qing dynasty. The girl is extraordinary for both her size and her skill in the art of slaughtering, a talent that brings her great fame. Think of her as Xena the warrior princess, set in 20th century China. The book is available in paperback, ebook, and audiobook formats. I think you'll enjoy it. I particularly recommend the audiobook read brilliantly by Kathleen Strecker. See the description of this video for order information. And now back to our video. Now, World Tax Andy has a video where he discusses this, and I'll put a link in the description. Now, I made a comment on his video asking specifically about pensions, and he replied in part, "On the pension, yes, Thailand does view foreign pensions as taxable. However, the US also views your pension income as taxable as a US citizen, and indeed I do pay taxes in the US on my pension. Hence, we have a potential dispute over taxing rights. The US-Thailand Double Tax Treaty is the agreement to help avoid double taxation between the countries. So, this is what's used to help us when we have a conflict over taxing rights. Within that, you'll see that it's the US that has the taxing rights over your pension. Thus, this won't be taxable in Thailand." So for my viewers out there, let me know what you think about this new tax directive in the comments. Do you think it might have some impact on tourists or expats? So let me know what you think. And many thanks to MBK Landmark for being a subscriber, and for letting me know about this new tax directive. So see you next time.